so it's even distribution of the weight across as you go up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back, Hunter Proof Whitetails. Ben and Nate down here at the bar. We got some good conversations to roll with tonight. Some housekeeping stuff with some events coming up.
Hopefully Ben does.
Hopefully Ben does. What? Me? Anyway.
Bucky's here.
Bucky's here hanging out. He's kind of the official show mascot now for us. But yeah.
I think he's going to go on the barrel.
Yeah, that'd be a good spot for him. The little non-hunter proof barrel.
Is there whiskey in that?
A little bit. I need to fill it back up.
So I was sitting there talking to you earlier, and I just
I'm curious.
I'm fidgety, so I just
pushed the tab. You got to lean it forward.
The tab down, and whiskey can. I was like, oh shit.
It's a little damp. So, back down at the bar. We were here last weekend, so twice in a row. It's turkey season, so we get back into the weekly kind of episode, usually with the swing of things, just like we do with deer season. But busy week, dude. I mean, we had the show at K&M. Keith came out for that, and then we went out turkey season, opener weekend. Bust. I was going to say bust.
A lot of people were successful. Good for them.
A lot of people tagged some nice birds. A lot of people tagged them during the week, and the weather was definitely nicer. I think those mornings.
Monday, Tuesday, this morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this week too. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people tagging birds this week, but open in a couple days, I see a lot of people tagging birds. But yeah, dude, just lots of action. I've heard everybody say that a lot of the birds aren't hitting until in the afternoon, and we didn't hear maybe one or two gobbles all day, and we're not even sure. And they were like,
there's a lot of tractors.
Yeah, there was people disking fields. There was a lot of background noise and some wind. And then Sunday we bailed because prospected rain, and then it didn't rain. So we should have just stuck it out and hammered on it. But so my Sunday I went and showed a property in the morning. Still waiting on a couple details with that to see if that's going to file through. That was down in Tioga County, Schuyler County. I was in Tioga with Tim the week before. Schuyler County down there. Tyrone's the town. So, dude, we have a lot of inventory. Like, I started thumbing through the website the other day, and we have a lot of inventory and a bunch of new stuff that's just starting to come on the market too. So, if anybody is looking to buy or sell, interest rates are coming back down a little bit. We got connections with some great lenders. It's a really good time to be looking. And even if it's something where you're not buying, it doesn't hurt to look and reach out. And if you're not even looking to sell, but just curious to what your property is worth, we do free assessments as well of a property. So free comparative market analysis on properties. So not a lot of people know that, or know that a lot of agents will do that. Not a lot of agents do, but we do. So we're your rural specialist, man, the land specialist. Everything from hunting, ranch, farms, you name it, timber ground, little country homes with acreage, dude, it's our specialty. So, So housekeeping stuff, just because it's on the top of the pile. Junior Burdick tuned in. Evening, fellas. Evening, Junior. I got my nice, pretty flyer with my professional-looking picture on it. My little pull tab flyer that I can hang up at gas stations, bow shops, anything like that. So if anybody's interested in a few of those, Staples came through clutch and printed out a bunch of them for me.
I've had stuff done by Staples. They do a good job.
Yeah, nice, high quality. A little bit better in quality, just random printer paper. Mm-hmm. And then Hannah went in there because the margins are a little off. She noticed it. So what'd they do? They printed me another 100 for free. So shout out to my wife there for hooking me up with 100 extra pull tabs. So
she's on it.
Yep. She's my rock, dude. She keeps everything going during the day, everything like that. So love it. But first topic of the night, and we'll get to the other housekeeping stuff that's here on the bar. But first topic of the night, we'll throw Junior's topic up, or Junior's comment up there. Evening, fellas. Evening, Junior. He was one of the big commenters on Friday at K&M. Bo hits a link in there, And I don't know if I could pull that up during the event, Bo, but
Bo, does that have a?
oh, I've seen this article.
Hopefully, it doesn't jump to a certain individual sitting on a bed with his hand rested on his chin.
Yeah, like click here for more. Get ready for EAB. Emerald Ash Borer, it's here, dude. EAB has been here. Trees are toasted. Hannah was
Get ready.
Yeah, Hannah was making reference to that. So
Finger Lakes are smoked.
Yeah.
If you have an alive ash tree, 1 in a million.
Yeah. Yeah, Hannah was. We went down to, I guess, to bring the weekend and week full circle. We went down to Wellsville Monday night to meet up with the Upper Genesee NDA, which is pretty much the most active branch in New York still. Just one actual national branch of the year for National Deer Association. So shout out Upper Genesee National Deer Association branch. Sean and all those guys down there do a hell of a job. And they did the seed cost share program this year. So I have a little bit of extra corn and bean seed if anybody is interested in up here local to this area. I do have a little bit extra seed.
Jesse,
a little overordered. Corn.
Jesse, corn.
Jesse wants corn. Dan, corn.
Just Jesse.
Just Jesse. Okay. So yeah, so we got a little bit of extra seed that I bought just because it worked out with pricing, bundling. I was going down there anyway. But Hannah was mentioning even on the way down, she's like, what are those trees that aren't leafed out yet? Like on the hillsides as we're driving down, past Canandaigua, down through Naples and heading down towards Wellsville. And I said, oh, those are ash.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, really? I'm like, yeah. Those like random ones on the hillside, like you can see them, the big ash trees on the hillsides, dude, are like hammered down. Not just the roadside ones, but like those big hillsides. You can see some of those ash and some of those pockets. So, Bo comments back in, says earn a buck. I don't foresee New York going to earn a buck personally, and we can pick this apart a little bit. I don't foresee New York going to earn a buck just solely because of the fact that I think they will lose license sales, I think, with an earn a buck. And there's parts of the state, dude, where you can't afford to earn a buck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
there's parts of the
Lakes,
states.
Long Island, that's really about it. Maybe southern.
Western New York, up along the lake, maybe like Jeff County, stuff like that. I don't know if you could do pockets even, we'll flash Bo's comment up here. I don't know if you could even do pockets of it. I think just because of the pushback, dude, like, okay, so you'll have guys that'll report that they shot a doe or whatever. Like what's going to be the vetting process? Like some of these other states with earn bucks physically have check stations where you have to go check your deer in. Like there's state-run check stations. We don't have even enough state officials to run, like voluntary check stations anymore.
Yeah.
Just opening weekend, dude. That's the only time that there's a check station anymore for any of these.
If you do it like to try and force people to call their harvest in, people are just going to call their tag in even if they didn't kill it
to get a buck tag.
Yeah.
Or even worse than that. Well, I mean, falsely reporting a tag or whatever is bad, but shooting the first antlerless deer that walks by could very well be a button buck. But hey, they get you your buck tag for this year. I mean, I don't think earn a buck's right. I think just increasing education with it. And also, like we've said on the show before, increasing opportunity for venison donation to local food cupboards or whatever for getting rid of some of these, if you want to say extra deer and extra does, just having the ability to donate that deer, because I think our closest one is Dundee. That's a licensed venison donation station or whatever, or certified venison donation station. Dude, if we had one like even Newark, Clifton would be even better, but like Farmington, I mean, anything within 15, 20 minutes, I would drop a deer there.
100-proof donation station.
Yeah. We don't have the facility with the deer shed and everything to be doing 100-proof donation
Mike
station.
Price.
But I do like the...
you got the money. Put up a big refrigerator for us.
I do like I do like the sound of that. The donation station, 100 proof donation station. Um,
People be dropping whiskey off.
yeah, people be dropping whiskey off. But yeah, dude,
Jake
I
will.
think the Ernebuck would be it would be interesting maybe for the second buck tag in high density areas. Maybe I could see it, but like we've talked about with even like the hunters killing the deer, it's a very very small percentage, dude, that kill a buck every year. And then it's an even smaller percentage that kill both bucks, let alone both bucks every single year. You know, it's not something that's very common. And yes, reporting rates are low in comparison to, you know, actual harvest rates. You know, they've shown that. So anybody that's complaining about what the state's doing with maybe talking about earn a buck or increasing doe tags or whatever it might be, you also need to report your tags, you know, to help the state get the best picture for what's going on out there in the woods as possible. Because if you're shooting, you know, let's just say 2 or 3 deer a year, having a very very good year, and you don't report any of them, well, the TVC didn't know that. Like, you know, as much as people think they're flying over with
They do-
helicopters, monitoring everything,
They do an estimation.
it's still
But it's not.
it's
accurate.
a scaled estimation. I think to better manage the deer herd and the resource, especially with the number of hunters we have, I think that we'd be better served with, dude, even if you had like a county check station or 2 county check stations, just to report your deer in, similar to like what they do with Montezuma. Even if it's like, you know, and you're gonna have to crack down on people, and that's why New York also is kind of behind the 8 balls, because they don't crack down on people that don't report either. So that's kind of another, you know, catch 22 with it. So I think it's, dude, it's tough. Like I said, I'm a proponent of just more increased education and more explaining the benefits of why we report our tags and why we try to give them the best information so they can make the best decisions before they make these decisions. And then we go, well, what the heck's going on? You know, and we're you know, playing catch up with it. Bo writing in big comments. I should put some glasses on. I need glasses to read this tiny writing. Bo says, certainly, here's a revised version. Could you imagine being a brand new hunter and a buck walks by, but you couldn't shoot it? Talk about not having or keeping retention up. Not many people would deal with that. That's a fair point, dude. First time hunter goes out there.
I like Bo's tactic. He comes in with the earn a buck,
Mm-hmm.
and he tries to feel you out, and then he throws in a scenario.
Yep.
I
Paints the picture.
think Bo and your dad would get along really good.
It might be my dad. I don't know if he's learned how to use Facebook or not, but it's possible.
Brian, are you Bo Hunt? I think we figured you out.
Yeah. So, and then again, he just puts a quote in with the next comment. Same thing. Buck walks by, you can't shoot it because it's an earn a buck, you know, area or section of the state. Dude, that's a fair point with an earn a buck. You know, and there's some areas where, you know, you manage it and you might not see a buck or even, you know, a doe before you see a buck. It just might happen to be that year. You might be on, you know, an early season food source. You might be just right place, right time, lucky that buck walks by, but you haven't shot your doe yet. So, and I think that's super. The other problem I have with earn a buck is it's super region specific. And if you get into certain neighborhoods, even in a region where it's a high doe density, let's say, a neighborhood where they just obliterate the does with nuisance tags and, you know, over harvest, or maybe it was even a section in New York where we had EHD and they wiped out a good chunk of the population down in some of the parts of like southeastern New York. You know, there's a whole bunch of you know, a whole bunch of issues I see with earn a buck. You got a caller coming in?
Yeah. They want my blood.
Oh, they're out for blood.
Yeah.
You gotta watch what we say. They're out for blood now, guys.
Red Cross. They
but
call
yeah,
me all the time.
I think there's a lot of issues with Earn a Buck, unfortunately. And then Tom comments in, I think Earn a Buck would cost the state too much in monitoring and processing. I think it could be done effectively. I mean, they pay folks to do invasive species monitoring at boat launches, minimum wage. I mean, you could pay college students to do that, to check tally marks on a spreadsheet.
Mm-hmm.
You could, or make it part of the curriculum, dude. If you want to tie that in, practical knowledge, into the school curriculum, it was optional. It was something that we were allowed to, do with some of our, field experience hours in college. Like, we could go volunteer to check station, but like the only check station day was opening weekend. And I'm a deer hunter. I'm not going to give up opening weekend to go check deer. I'm sorry. But, students in conservation programs or something like that, or students looking to make part-time money on the weekend, I mean, it could be a good option. All you got to do is sit there. You can be on TikTok or whatever 90% of the time till a deer comes in and you just check it in. What is it? It's a buck, 8-point. Boom. It's a doe. Is it a boy or a girl? It's a button buck. Okay, it's a boy fawn. Boom. And you have your reporting stations, and it's a drive-by. That's the beauty of it. You check a tag, make sure it's this year's tag. This is the hunter. Nate Pierce pulls up with a deer. Okay, he's got a nice doe, female. Perfect. Got a tag for it. Yep, tag's on it, signed. Everything's good, legal. This year's tag. Boom, done.
Mm-hmm.
The whole interaction will take less than 2 minutes.
It is a process, though.
And you just have a drive-by check station, dude. It could be so simple. So simple. Doesn't have to be a big drawn-out thing. And then if you wanted to have a little bragging section to pull up and show your buck like a buck pull, you pull up on the side and everybody can gather around and look at your buck like a buck pull. I mean, whatever, man. Bo says, yeah, Earn a Buck's program has been terminated in Wisconsin, Illinois, Georgia, Maryland, and even Canada has scrapped the system. If you think the button buck harvest was high in 2023, under this type of system, the button buck harvest will go through the roof. Yeah, I think it's going to kill more button bucks. There's no way you can't tell me it will. If people have to shoot a doe or an antlerless deer before they shoot a buck,
yeah,
it's going to kill more button bucks. It's just a matter of numbers.
Yeah.
If 100 more antlerless deer die, more button bucks will die.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of numbers.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not big on the whole Earn a Buck thing.
Circling back to a couple topics earlier, a couple comments earlier, Jeff Ames says, pick me. Dan Festa says, Dan, corn. Praying hands.
Dan does want corn.
Dan says, I'll trade you fresh trout. Yeah, dude, I would trade Jesse corn for my deer head. I want that 8-point back right now, dude. I know he's trying a new technique with it because it was a little bit obviously weathered. It wasn't a fresh head like he's used to dealing with during season. I totally get that. And again, dude, going to the Shed Fest, I wouldn't have even come close to winning best that head. Dude, people came out of the woodwork for Shed Fest this year with the Pertnier guys, dude. Like I said, best match set was in the 180s for a match set. Best single side would have went like high 160s, but as a single side, dude, it was almost like where the hell's the big one? The big one, yeah, right over there. It was challenging that, dude.
Cheapers.
It was between that and the heavy one for score. It was big. Like the deer would have went like 70s for the single side winner, and then best deadhead was I think 162, or no 150 something, high 150s.
Yeah, you're not there. You're maybe 130s.
Yeah, he was like 130 class. But yeah, no, dude. I mean, I have a little bit of corn. I'll even, because I know obviously a 50-pound bag that's going to plant 4 or 5 acres or whatever. So if you're just looking to do an acre or two of corn, I'll split out a bag and weigh it out for folks too. I got to actually start pulling some seed out to start doing some germ tests to see what we're looking at for germination rates so we can adjust our seeding rates too with it. But, while we're on the topic of seed, yeah, we're caught up on topics and comments. While we're on the topic of seed, I am going to put a post up probably Friday. For a couple weeks, I'm going to do pre-orders, and I'm going to try to do pre-orders only for the Tin Cup seed this year, just so I don't have, and I'm sure folks will be, I'll try to make the best I can with it, but I just don't want to be pinch down at that last minute having to buy another 50 pounds of seed and then only using 20 pounds of it. So I'm trying to really get a pre-order amount in, pre-buy seed, make sure everything's on hand and on time too with that. Get the order in here by the end of May. So seed is here June 1st. So folks that want to plant in July can plant in July. Folks that want to plant in August can plant it in August. Folks that want to plant maybe the clover blend can plant the clover blend in September, for example. Got to get the seed ordered, double check prices.
Which, in my opinion, for next year, because we were doing some experimental stuff, the 100 proof spring mix is
booming,
coming on strong.
Booming. Got the farmers going.
They're like,
what'd you put in there?
They're like, that's for deer. So next year the spring mix might be worth putting on the market too.
Yeah, so the spring mix has got one more year of test. And then I just got to play with the blend a little bit.
Keep the mice out of it.
I got the big storage container out there now.
Yeah, it takes up half your garage.
Yeah, I know. I got to clean the garage out. But all in good time, dude. I mean, now that the weather's getting warmer, I can have Nora out there and I can be working on the garage.
My garage sitting spot has now been moved to outside.
I have folding chairs. You're fine, dude. There's plenty.
I know.
But yeah, so
it's impeding on my luxuries though.
So the 100 proof mix will be available this year. If anybody's interested in corner beans, that's also going to be something that I can accommodate a few people with. First come, first serve, obviously. And there'll be the same thing with the 100 proof mix this year. Pre-orders will obviously get first dibs, and then after that, it will be first come, first serve. And kind of once it's sold out, it's sold out. I'm not going to scramble to kill myself to try to make an extra.
You already got too much on your plate.
4 or 5 acres of seed. Yep. So
I'm just sitting here being Ben's wife tonight.
Yeah. Reel it back in.
Oh, hang on.
Reeling me in.
Hang on. I'm going to send you some stuff.
Oh, boy.
You need to put it on there because...
Can you send it to my Facebook Messenger? Because that's the easiest way I can share the screen.
Because...
to put it on the different tab.
If you notice, little man presenting tonight.
Oh, my man. Oween.
His mom.
Got the Oween.
His mom made sure he had his shirt on tonight.
That's a 100 proof shirt.
Yeah.
That's a 100 proof shirt.
Which one should I send you? That one? That one? I like that one.
That one looks good.
They're not the greatest pictures, but...
It's all right. He's in the car seat. He's bundled up, man. Going places, doing things.
He's playing in mud puddles, so it's a little messy.
Well, doing the Oween thing, man.
That's what he should be doing.
You know what I mean?
So you want me to send it to Facebook Messenger?
Facebook Messenger. That way I can share directly from the tab. That just works better for the software. Mark Rasmussen comments and says, congratulations on your new adventure. Thank you, Mark. So,
any relation to the Orioles player?
Hey, I think that is the same. I think it's the same spelling. Adley.
Adley Rasmussen. If you are, can you get us an autograph?
Yeah, I got a couple Adley cards. I need signed up. But
if we mail them to you, you get them autographed.
Oh no, we can stop down to Mark's shop. He's got a nice hot rod shop there down in Hall, just before Seedway. If you're going down 14A, so Rod Tech. I think I got that right, Mark. I apologize if I didn't. I believe it's Rod Tech. If I got it wrong, I apologize. Yeah, Rod Tech. I got it. Boom. Mark says I don't think so. Dang it.
All right, well, it was worth a shot.
It was worth a shot. So working with Whitetail Properties, I've been conference calls, showings, in the field with Tim last week or so, on and off, hammering down. And then my start date is leaving the college in my full-time capacity is just after my anniversary date. So it'll be 9 full years of service to the college at FLCC, a full-time service, and then June 16th is I'll be leaving the full-time capacity. So
Nice.
yeah, but and Mark says, and thank you for the plug. Absolutely. Yeah, dude, great little shop. He puts out some really nice cars, dude.
Where's he out of?
Hall. You go down 14A.
All right.
You know, you go.
I know, Mark. I know quite a few guys that are into the restoring cars and stuff. So
Yep.
I could throw your name around.
Yep, right down 14A, like you're going down to Penn Yan Way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, between Geneva, Canandaigua, you drive down 14A, and you'll hit it.
It's like at that. By it probably 100 times.
You know that weird stop where the roads like make that weird crisscross, the four-way stop,
kind of like a Y stop, kind of
the little YX stop.
Yeah.
If you're like going down 14A, you look at your left shoulder before you hit Speedway. It's that shop right there.
Oh, okay.
Yep, that's Mark's shop. So
nice. Cool.
Rod Tech.
All right, good to make a connection there.
Yep. So hit a little share screen, see what we got going on the Facebook side of things. Pop it up.
I'm biased, but
boom.
My little man's cute as shit.
Got the Oween.
There he is.
With the 100-proof shirt on. Custom. That's from Hannah's Custom Shop, Cricket.
Yeah, that's Hannah's Cricket work right there.
Owen's Christmas
Just
present.
Good job. You know who else does a good job with that is Caleb's wife.
Sam.
Yeah, she does a great job with the Cricket stuff. All the shirts you see Caleb wear that have like about fishing
saying slogans,
yeah, are all her.
Nice. Very cool. It's amazing, dude, what you can do with those little Cricket machines and stuff now.
We should learn how to use it. Then we don't have to pay anybody to get merchandise made.
Yeah, just have our wives and Sam and whoever else do it. Sam says super adorable. Yep.
She's tuning in. Sam, I gave you a plug right there. You might even be able to start your own Cricket / embroidering shop.
Absolutely. So
get Caleb to clean up that barn. Get you a couple embroidering machines out there.
Be racking in the dollars.
Oh shit! I send you some business.
County Road 6 spinoff.
Hell yeah!
But
County Road. Wow, they're Crest Road.
Oh, Crest
Road.
Custom embroidery.
There you go.
CCE.
Crest Embroidering.
Call it.
What'd she say?
Sam says once the babies are older. Yeah, it makes it challenging when they're running around. I'm starting to
just get them, train them.
Train them.
Push
the button.
I mean, child labor is frowned upon, but
not when it's your own business.
Yeah, if it's your own business and your own kids, I mean,
yeah,
come on.
Yeah,
Owen might need a summer job or something.
Yeah, pushing buttons, pressing shirts. He's gonna be running our whole apparel line.
Get an embroidery needle stuck in his finger.
Oh, geez, don't say that. Bo Hunt says that kid needs some Huntworth gear.
Oh, he's already got it, Bo. He's all duded up.
Got to model it up.
I already been scouting turkeys with him.
Got to model it up.
Been getting him acclimated to the blind. That way when deer season rolls around, I can bring him out there and he knows what's up. If he scares some turkeys, I'm not that worried about it. But
yep. So, anywho. But yeah, Owen representing tonight. Appreciate it. Thank you, Liza, for dressing him tonight.
Bo, did you end up buying any Huntworth?
I don't know if Bo did. I don't know if he said
he said he was possibly looking into it.
He was thinking about it. They looked good, dude. You were out there.
He liked that sweatshirt with the built-in face mask.
That's what you were wearing on Saturday.
It's perfect for turkey hunting. You just throw the hood up and throw the mask over.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to try and remember a mask. You know how many times I forgot my mask when I went turkey hunting?
That's why I keep spares in the vest. Bo says sick.
Oh God,
I can't afford it.
Bo's got
I can't afford it, dude. And now when I'm with Whitetails, I can actually get it cheaper. I still can't afford it.
Oh, Sika is nice.
It is. It's great.
Those poor guys bash on it, but it is nice.
It is nice camo. It's high quality materials, everything like that. It's a tough sell right now for me with Nora. But Nate, props to Nate. Give Nate the shout out. He was down here. I'm running around getting my turkeys and my chickens all fed, eggs pulled in, watered up, put up for the night. Nora's down here with Nate doing a little tummy time on the couch, and I come back down here and with Owen,
giving her the deer tour.
Yep. I swear we're probably gonna end up swapping kids. Nora's gonna probably love you. Owen's gonna love me.
That's fine. They'll both kill deer.
They'll both kill deer.
That's fine.
But Nate's got Nora over there by all the deer mounts, and Nora's just like, I'm like, yeah, she just gonna be just like Owen. God damn, the kids are gonna be chasing each other around the
She's gonna
hallways.
love the chickens, love the donkeys, all the good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, nice half-hour break in the show. And this half-hour break is brought to you by Upper Genesee NDA branch.
We're getting, we got commercials now.
We got commercial breaks. Upper Genesee River Bottom Arrow Fest. This is June 15th. It's an all-day event. If you want to come shoot, you can shoot. They have 3D archery courses, long shot competitions, novelty shoots, whole 9 yards. They're giving away almost $20,000 worth of prizes that day. So come on down and meet the branch of the year for the entire country.
Look at, they use Jesse as their.
Oh, Sasquatch, dude.
No, Jesse.
Is it Jesse?
That's Jesse. That's not Sasquatch.
Well, it's Sasquatch.
Dan, are you still tuning in? Isn't that your son right there?
Sasquatch.
Am I on camera?
Just your hands.
But can you see it?
Your hands. Yeah, you can see it.
That's what I mean.
Jesse.
Can you see that what I was pointing out?
Yep.
Looks like Jesse right there.
Yep. So some of the highlights from the event is 8-1 is the archery.
Gotta get him back on the show.
Yeah, I think Jesse needs to come on maybe next week. But yeah, they have youth ranges and then family fishing all day there at the pond at the gun club. That's at Wellsville Rod and Gun.
Oh, Jesse's in.
Yep,
They'll
Wellsville.
be fishing the whole time. We won't even shoot.
Clark and Jesse will be fishing the whole time. Wellsville Rod and Gun Club over on Weedrick Road. Just type in Wellsville Rod and Gun. Your GPS will take you right to it. It's all you can eat food and all you can drink. Please drink responsibly, and if you can, have a DD for that day. And then 1 to 5 is your raffles, auctions. They had everything from Exodus Outdoor Gear was there last year, so I got to meet them. You know, all the guys at Exodus and the Arrow Company, bunch of other local vendors, some saddle companies, a couple local archery shops are down there. Very, very cool event. And then there's also a 2025 Kansas guided whitetail archery rut hunt that's going to be given away at the event. Plus, there's a secret item that I don't know if they're going to announce yet, but there is from the QDMA vault, not NDA, QDMA vault, there's an old gun that's coming back for this event. That's a one of a kind. They're not making any more of them. It's a QDMA gun, not an NDA gun. Coming back for the event. So you're going to have to go there to tune in and check out what's going on with that gun.
Bring
Beautiful,
my father-in-law to that. He wins all them special guns.
Dude, I think we should have just a big trip. Hannah's got an event that day, so I will be down there with Nora that day. June 15th, Saturday, June 15th. It is Father's Day weekend. I will say that opening a bass season as well. But
they didn't time it very good.
That's how it's always been. It's been their third Saturday in June, which is also opening a bass and everything like that. But who needs bass, dude? You can bass fish any day of the year. You really can.
Yeah, but it's opening day.
Yeah, but it's not opening day of deer. If it was opening day of deer season, I would say they got some problems. You know.
Or Sasquatch season. Or Jesse season.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely a good event. Looking forward to it. I was there last year. It was in the pouring rain, dude, and it was still a blast. Pert Near guys was there, Billy. They were doing a live show on and off all day. Also, if you're more local to the area, I'll throw this out there. This is something that you'll probably want to stop out to. June 1st, which is the first Saturday of June, just after turkey season ends, is the Jake's Day for kids at the Seneca Sportsman's Club, I think it is there in Waterloo.
Mm-hmm. That's right around the corner from me.
Right around the corner, right by the thruway exit.
Yeah.
Is the Jake's Day for the Hardwood Shredders chapter of NWTF.
Nice.
So that's youth. It's a free event, free food, free lunch, free everything like that. They give away 2 lifetime licenses. bunch of events for the kids, from archery shooting to airsoft to BB gun to trap shooting, turkey calling demos, duck calling demos. I'll be there volunteering and helping out with that. Heritage will be there, I think, running the archery side of stuff. I just talked to Norm yesterday about being there and getting involved with that event from the Whitetail Properties side of stuff and helping out and, putting a bunch of people, with the kids to help that next generation of, outdoorsmen and women, dude. Because that's the big thing at those youth events and any events in general is these conservation organizations, they need volunteers. And if you can help out on a weekend or, even make a couple meetings a year to help out or get some donations or whatever for, your branch or chapter, it goes a long way, dude. It goes a really long way.
It sounds like it's right up your alley.
So, Bo's going to have to make a big, long drive. And I guess other housekeeping.
It's for the kids, Bo.
Yeah. That sounds good. We should have Bo there. Bo could run the anti-crossbow section of the youth event. Oh, it's empty. Bo could run the anti-crossbow coalition section.
Oh yeah, by the way, seeing we're on that topic, Bo, and you're super involved with this episode, you know how Ben is very involved with crossbows and he loves them.
It's a love-hate.
He wins. I don't know how many crossbows. You know how many crossbows this guy's won at different events? I think 3. They're drawn to him. There's an aura about him that just brings crossbows to him. It's almost like
it breeds crossbows.
Star Wars and the Force. Like, it just draws to him crossbows. He tries to resist it. It's like the dark side, but
yeah, I've won 3 crossbows and 1 vertical bow, and I think 2 guns.
Which my father-in-law owns one of those crossbows now. That you want.
Yep. And then I sold the other one. I sold that Matthews that I won. That was actually best buck. I won that with the New York Outdoor News. That bow I sold. I won that from New York Best Buck for the New York Outdoor News. But yeah, dude, those conservation organization dinners is a great place to get in on the raffles for the guns and the bows and whatever. And like I said, it just happens to be.
We have an event this weekend we're going to, the Whitetails Unlimited.
Yep. So we're going to a Whitetails Unlimited banquet. Whitetail Properties Finger Lakes team bought a table. So you, me, Liza, Hannah, Tim, Heather, and then Tim's guest couple will be hanging out.
Quadruple dating.
Quad table. Yeah. Quad pod.
Which I'm excited because my wife is excited for it.
Yep.
Which gets me even more excited about it.
So we bought a table that is up in Palmyra. And if you're watching this episode, unfortunately, guys, registration's closed because it closed yesterday.
Yeah, we don't have too many of you there because we're hoping to win the guns.
Yeah, so, but yeah, it'll be a good event. I'm looking forward to it.
It was a joke.
I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a good time. It's gonna be. We went to a Whitetails banquet before. We've gone to the Forever Wild banquet. I don't know if we've ever gone to like turkey banquets or whatever.
I've been to a couple turkey banquets.
Yep, turkeys, ducks. I mean, they're all good events. We've been to Seneca Lake Duck Hunters and Canandaigua Lake Duck Hunters events.
Which Duck Hunters just had, Canandaigua Duck Hunters just had one.
Did they?
I think Mike Vienna was sending the
invites.
We still got to meet up with him.
Yeah,
do a show.
Yeah, I think so, for sure.
He's probably smashing birds.
I love Bo's comment. So that's what happens to Bruce Jenner. He started using crossbows.
Well, Ben was talking about growing his hair out and everything else a little bit ago there.
It's getting there, dude.
Well,
it's just looking pretty nice up on top. I can get the little faux hawk going again.
I'm trying to steer him. I don't know how much I have an influence on his decisions.
Yeah.
But
Hey, Jerry,
the
Dilgard,
the Dilf himself. He's here.
Nate calls you the Dilf guard.
The Dilf.
Jerry Dilgard says he's going to be there with his wife Saturday night. So we're going to have some, some friends in the crowd, dude, at the Whitetails Unlimited banquet.
We're going to have some good talks.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Yeah, it's going to be it should be a really good event. I think they said they're looking at like 130 people.
I'm pumped that it's only 20 minutes from my house.
It's super close, dude. It's right in Palmyra at the Legion there on 31.
Shit, 5 minutes from where I work.
Yeah, not even.
Damn.
But yeah, so we'll see. And like I said, that's one of mine and Tim's big pushes that we talked about, was really getting involved with a lot of these conservation organizations and stuff like that to really get some deep grassroots in this area, because traditionally we just haven't had a lot of market share for this area. And we should be, dude. It's in our backyard. Like, this is the land that we drive by every day. Going to these properties in Schuyler County and Tioga County or up to Jefferson County, we're driving through Wayne, Seneca, Ontario, Cayuga, and we just don't have typically a lot of inventory that comes in through those areas. We do some sales from other agents that list them and stuff in those areas because we have buyers that look in those areas, but we don't carry a lot of inventory for those spots. So I think we need to just get a name out there.
I think yeah, you guys getting your name out there, and then I think a lot of people think that you guys are, the Whitetails properties are just so like just limited, like hunting. Like, people see your guys' sign and all that, and they just think, oh, that, you know, they got it all set up for hunting or whatever. It's going to cost that much more, or they're selling it for a hunting purpose. There's really not. If I'm not interested in hunting and I want to do it for some other recreational reason, you know, there's really no reason for us to look into it.
Mm-hmm.
I think you guys need to figure out a way to broaden a little more of a little more knowledge of what you guys do.
Yep.
Because especially in this area, the Finger Lakes, New York, I mean, because you said their home base is Illinois.
Yep, the company started in Illinois back in 08. I
mean, you get up in New York, I mean, there's so many other options for people to buy land.
Oh, 100%.
You know, it's not,
and we see that with buyers.
I think you guys need to figure out how to market that a little better in this area, and you'll have a lot more sales.
Right. And we talked about that, dude. We're trying to, you know, figure out the best way to skin a cat, so to speak. And there's a lot.
I'm gonna stop talking. They're gonna ask me if I want a job here soon.
There's a lot of tillable, like you said. There's farm ground. There is some timber ground. We grow some nice timber here in the Finger Lakes too, man. And that's not something that's, you know, highlighted a lot. You know, the recreation side of it, obviously, but even like the rural homes with acreage, where let's just say you had a home that's valued at, you know, $200,000 or whatever, and then if, you know, they just say the house is worth $200,000, the land's worth, you know, another couple $1,000s, where if you look at that house and the market analysis shows that the house is worth $2, yes, that checks out, but then that land is worth a couple grand, or you got 10 acres of tillable, and hey, guess what? Your tillable, depending on where you are, might be $5,000-$10,000 an acre. You know, that adds up onto the purchase price, and a lot of other agents don't take that in consideration because they're not land specialists. They don't specialize in knowing all the specific values of land. Or you'll just see them say that this ground's worth, you know, $3,000 an acre, where in reality, the piece next door sold for $3,000 an acre, but that's got beautiful big hardwoods on it, and this is like swamp woods, ash maple woods. Like, we're gonna be honest with you. We're gonna shoot you straight with it, and we're gonna do the right comparative market analysis, and not just look at numbers on a computer. Mm-hmm. When we do comparative market analysis, we do a whole portfolio of the property. We walk the property. We take inventory. We take pictures. We go through a whole process to give your property the best value that we can see on that property when we do a comparative market analysis. And everybody else is just clicking on a keyboard, looking at what's sold or what's on the market for that area. We're going to go on that property. We're going to dive into the nooks and crannies of it and find the value on that piece of property for that seller. And for the buyers, we can flesh out a property and see where those values are or where they aren't, and help you make that offer, you know, for that property where we think that it should be kind of ranged at. So, yeah. But like you said, I think there's a huge missed opportunity for, you know, stuff that's not just hunting. Obviously there's a lot of people that want rec ground, they want hunting properties. But again, if you want a hunting property, you might have to pay for some tillable acreage price mixed in with some timber price to get your piece of property too. You can't just get the timber price to buy the property, even if you're just going to let the fields go, because farmer next door will buy it at tillable price, and so
Yeah.
it's it's a challenge, and it's a historical area where properties have changed hands over coffee at a diner or knocking on a door and a kitchen table. I've been here, I grew up here, I know that that's how ground changes hands. It doesn't go to a realtor most of the times. And I think being able to broaden out and market, and the way that we can do that with Whitetail Properties, having the TV show, the marketing budget behind us, all the exposure behind us, it might not be a local buyer. It might not even be an in-state buyer sometimes buying these properties. There's a lot of people that want to come to the Finger Lakes region of New York to own a piece of ground.
Yeah.
And not just, for some of the hunting, but some of the other recreational values like that the Finger Lakes offer, the hiking, the fishing. There's lots of other things here in the Finger Lakes
There's
that
nothing
bring value.
New York and its laws, and as liberal as it is, there's nothing you can't do in New York recreationally.
Pretty much, dude. Other than elk, we don't have elk.
We
can't
if you're gonna
shoot
hunt
those.
a specific species, that's something. But you can
Yeah.
hunt in New York, you can ski in New York, you can snowmobile in New York,
Fish.
you can fish in New York.
Boat.
And fishing, all you gotta do is drive 15 minutes. You go
It's
fishing.
world class, dude. Just about anywhere you go.
Any kind of fishing you really want to do.
You and me could drive down the road to the outlet and have a blast of a day of fishing, walk in a creek.
Oh, yeah, catch 5-pound smallmouth
In a creek.
like fishing's so much fun around here.
Yeah.
But enough of your realty plugs. Let's get to the topic. All right, let's get through a couple of these, and we got to talk a little turkey.
Yep, got to talk some turkey.
That's the season at hand here.
Steve says, what I miss? Steve Bogart tuning in.
Steve, you didn't miss much, just us jabbering.
Yeah, just a little bit of flipper flabbering. But yeah, talked a little bit about everything. Talked about Whitetail Properties. Talked about some of the Ernebuck stuff possibly coming to the state. Upper Genesee's Aerofest. What else we talk about? Food plots a little bit. And some of the values of that and what we got going on with seed coming out.
I'm excited about. This is the first year I actually have kind of my own food plot to hunt.
So wait till we put a little 100-proof in the beans.
I know.
Put that 100-proof in the beans.
Wait till we put the cherry on top of that.
A little cherry on top of this, on the ice cream.
Not just the beans. We got a little other things going on. But there's some things to come that me and Ben need to talk about and work through. But I need to talk to you more about it before we
100%
start talking about
put it
on
to the
show.
masses.
But yeah.
I got you.
And it's going to be a little more of an experimental thing, but I
like to experiment.
I got some good ideas.
I like experimenting. I want to circle back to Bo's comment. I'm sorry, I just saw it when I was reading through some comments that we missed it. Bo said, "Did you see that the deer harvest numbers from 2023 are down? They actually said that the lowest number of deer harvested since 2017 in New York."
I did see that, Bo.
No.
I did see that.
I saw that. I think that was in the article that you dropped into one of the first comments of the show with that. So, yeah, it's well, I mean, you had a relatively slow year for yourself in relation to past years.
I blame that on weather. Mostly
10 yards.
Yardage. I mean, I saw deer. I had, 4 or 5 shooters in bow season around me. Just, they weren't close enough.
Right,
I had a
distance.
decent year. I got 3.
But it's not that 7.
It's in my opinion, the biggest culprit was the weather. We never got that big cold snap. well, it's 2 years ago now. We did those sit alerts.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't really pinpoint a great sit alert because the weather was so warm.
It was
it was just so mild through the whole season. We never got that big, cold, snowy front or
Bad weather coming.
like it was just kind of a stagnant hunting season, in my opinion. And I think that was the biggest play in it.
I think this year was like that caterpillar ride that you see at the carnivals. It just rolled. That's all it did. It just went up and down, just little itty bitty bits. There was no big fronts, like you said. Even the warm snaps.
It was super hard to pinpoint
a good front,
perfect time to be out in the woods. I mean, literally, it was like rolling the dice. It felt like all year.
Did we have a front? Did we have a frost?
That's what I mean. Like
I miss those mornings where you're like, I wonder. Well, again, this is back when I was driving the old Rangers, but like, I wonder if the truck's going to start this morning. It's like high teens.
I mean, it was just a very mild year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they had it stayed, and then with like food plots and stuff, depending on what you were planting and what you were hunting and trying to gauge greens. What you should be hunting. Like greens they were still on greens into December.
January.
Yeah, January.
Most of the sheds I found on food this year were on
I don't even know if they switched off of them.
I don't think they did because most of the sheds I found on food this year were on green fields.
It was a very mild year, and I think that was a big part of it. I think a lot of they weren't forced to come out and eat early. They weren't forced to do any of that. All that they had enough food within their bedding area.
The native browse stayed so good.
Yeah, there you go. The native browse stayed so good that they didn't have to come out till that last 10 minutes. You're not getting that deer that comes out 200 yards away across from the field and feeds down to you. Or anything. It was
because he can still eat in his bedroom.
I mean,
throughout the day.
Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people that were very successful, and congrats to them. But it was definitely a mild year, and yeah, it was.
Yep. So
that's
speaking of mild year, what we need to do, and we need to actually like buckle down and pick a day, is we need to get this barn picture done.
Oh, yeah.
I was just thinking of that.
Now that we're all caught up on mounts.
Now that we're all caught up on, mounts back or whatever, we need to get out there and spend a day and, like, button down a whole day. And even if we got to drag the kids along with us, like one of us drives the kids and the other drives the U-Haul van.
Owen with all of them.
Yeah, and Nora? Absolutely, dude. You got a nice barn picture, dude. I would love that. Jerry says, do you have anything for seeding wooded areas? Jerry, shoot me a message. We'll talk through your situation, make sure that we're working on the right mix and stuff for you. It might not be the 100-proof spring mix, probably definitely not the Brassica blend, the 100-proof mix, the regular 100-proof mix, but we might be able to come up with a blend for you that would work for you, and I could help you out with that too. The biggest thing for wooded areas is still making sure you have sunlight. If you're putting it back like in an actual like closed canopy mature woods, you're not going to get appreciable growth. You're going to need at least 40% sunlight throughout the day.
We need to write this topic down because Gary's actually touching on my idea that I wanted to talk to you about. Yeah, Jerry. Jerry, not Gary. Sorry, Jerry. Sorry. But the DILF.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I think we need to dive into that topic a little later on. We gotta we gotta talk about it.
Pick a bit. Okay. 100%. But yeah, so for the wooded areas, the 100-proof spring mix and the 100-proof Brassica blend are not going to work for heavy shaded areas. We're going to need to work on something a little bit more specific for that. But I would say as a rule, you're going to need 30 to 40%. 30 at bare minimum. 40 to 60% sunlight is where you're going to want to be.
Jerry, your best option at the moment is probably doing a little hinge cutting around that area.
Open it up. Get some canopy.
Opening it up and bringing that browse to the ground, to the deer's level.
And some sunlight in at the same time.
And then over time, you might be able to, depending on how much sunlight you let in, you might be able to actually spread something in there. But
it's tough and full wooded.
We got some stuff in the works.
Yep.
We're gonna be working on, and we'll keep you guys updated on that.
100%. Steve says, very nice. Can't wait to hear. Yeah, bunch of stuff going on, Steve, dude. Seed orders are going to be starting to pre-order for me here. I got my seed station actually all cleared out the other day. That's one of the only places in my garage that's open right now is where I'm going to do the seed measuring. Because that's kind of the biggest priority. The rest of it can kind of be a jumbled mess. But and then Sam throwing a little shade says Connor and Caleb didn't even get a deer this year.
Connor didn't get a deer?
Maybe he didn't.
Maybe he didn't. I know he was chasing a couple big ones.
I know he was chasing some big ones. And I know and we say that, you know, it might have been a little slow year for some folks. I know there's some people that we're still
Caleb, this is year number 2.
No, we shot those 2, or was that 3 years ago now?
That was 3 years ago.
Was that 3 years ago? Well, I keep telling Caleb he needs to bring out that lever gun so I can shoot something with it, and he can sit with me and he can shoot something with it.
I think like Sam's tuning in and everything. I think Sam might be the one that needs to tote the gun. Caleb should stay home with the kids.
That's possible. Sam says I'm missing the meat.
Well, I got lots of venison. I mean, you want some venison? Just let me know.
Yeah, I was actually just
like
thinking,
you guys. We'll send you some of that maple bourbon sauce too.
Ooh, yeah, we got some maple. Some of the
maple
syrup,
maple bourbon syrup.
The maple syrup aged in a bourbon barrel. There it is. We got a couple jars of that. Still available. I have another batch of syrup that's actually supposed to come out. Was supposed to come out before Nora was born, so it's like super oaking right now, which is also seeping everywhere. But you know, it is what it is. But yeah, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, I got thinking about that the other day about making some room. Obviously, Hannah's storing up some milk for Nora, so I got to pull some venison out of some of the freezers to make room for that, so that stores up nice. And I'm probably going to make a batch of summer sausage and jerky here pretty soon too. And I kind of want to also.
I could donate some if you want to make a little extra.
Dude, I had a hankering for a corned venison because I didn't do it for St. Patrick's Day. Because it was right around when Nora came. And
I got a nice big roast.
It was right around when Nora was going to come, so I was like, do I really want to do a corned venison and have to eat the whole thing myself? But now I'm like, Hannah can eat it again. I can eat it again. I know you'll hammer out some corned venison. And I also need to get a couple.
Yeah, you sent me some for lunch one day, and then I opened it up for lunch, heated it up, opened it up. There's nothing but potatoes.
Whoa.
You must have picked all the corned venison out of it.
Well, you can get some nice seasoned potatoes, some corned potatoes.
Yeah.
But yeah. A bunch of stuff coming up. We got, like I said, Whitetails Banquet this weekend, turkey hunting, whole mess of stuff. So I got some consulting work, property work coming up as well with all the real estate stuff. That's just adding by the day, which is really, really exciting and something that I'm really happy for the opportunity for. So, yeah, dude, killing it. And we're right at that.
What do you think about wrapping
59-minute mark, right at that 1 hour mark where we like to be with these. So.
And Sam, don't think I'm picking on Caleb too bad. I know he works messed up hours.
Yeah, he works that third shift weird thing or whatever.
Yeah, he starts his shift at like midnight and he gets done at noon.
Yeah.
He works weird hours. And he goes to bed at 3 or 4. God bless him, because I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yep. God bless him. So thank you everyone for tuning into the show. If you did like the show, head over to the YouTube page, drop a like, and subscribe to the channel so you get all of our updates when we're going live. Head over to the Facebook page, also like that so you get all the notifications when we go live. Jerry says, did you try the elk and fallow venison? Nope. So Jerry gave me some steaks too, Nate. that we should grill them up. I was just gonna say that we got to grill up some steaks, Jerry. Sorry, I just haven't had the time, man. But they're in the freezer. They're safe. They're good. But yeah, he's got a whole bunch of steaks. I think he even had some. Almost want to say he had some bison steaks, or maybe it was the elk steaks he was talking about. Those his last couple. So, yeah, Jerry dropped off some meat when he dropped off some of the ammo the other day. So,
appreciate that.
Yeah, we got to do some grilling. Weather's turning around.
Get together with some friends, some family.
Grill it up a little bit. So, thank y'all for tuning in. Really appreciate all the support. And we'll catch you all next time with 100 Proof Whitetails. And if you don't see us where you listen to your podcast, let us know so we can get over on that podcast platform. We're on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Google, all the major ones. And then I think iHeart too. So, but if you don't see us on one of them, let us know so we can get over there for your major podcast platforms as well. So,
yes, sir.
Thank you, Nate, for coming down.
Hell yeah.
And we'll catch you all next time down here at the bar or wherever we're going from. See you.